I feel very, very blessed to be here with all of you. I've been very excited to come here. It's a blessing for us to all be together, you know? Some people couldn't be here. Some people didn't wake up today. What I just said could apply to anyone. If you haven't heard, OJ has passed. Yeah, you can tell by the. You can just tell. Okay, this. You can tell by the excitement that some people have how they felt during the trial. Do you know what I mean? There's a couple people that have been so happy, I'm like, oh, I know where you stood back in the day. Wow. Okay. There are people out here, finally got him, you know. Which is crazy, because when you look at like OJ's feed when he was posting, there had been this rumor that he was actually in hospice care earlier this year, and then there's a video of him in his car, which someone is obviously filming the video, and he rolls down the window and everything, and he's like, hospice? Hospice? Me? No, I'm doing very well. And so if he was doing very well, and now he's dead, do you think somebody... I don't know. I mean, it'd be kind of funny, guys. You know? It just feels a bit weird, you know what I mean? Like he just seemed like one of those people that would just be around forever. Not in a way that I'm like, oh, I'm excited that he's around. Just like every once in a while you would see a tweet from him or you'd see something and you'd be like, oh yeah, OJ is out. You know what I mean? And I say out because he did go to jail, just not for the thing we know him for. That's my biggest disappointment with OJ. You think after getting away with murder, you lay low. You know what I mean? Like, this is the time to play it cool, okay? You just got away with the most public we've ever seen. Like, the whole nation was watching, and then they said not guilty. And then you were like, let's roll the dice again. But now, yeah, now he's gone. And it's gotta be weird. Like him and Nicole are gonna have a conversation. You know what I mean? Like, I'm joking. They definitely didn't go to the same place. I've had like a journey on the internet as far as having it, right? Because I pretty much got internet the way that we have it now, and it wasn't even the way that we have it now when I was little. I got internet in like a all access type of way when I was like 11. So I was little, but there weren't things that I had before me. Like before, if you went back further than that, you'd have to like know how to code and stuff. 11 was when I could like get on the internet and type in boobs.com. And it's the internet has brought so many people together in the best and worst of ways, right? Because it used to be, before the internet, if you wanted community, you had to go out, you had to find your sort of like tribe of people, but on a more like, on a more mindful level, you had to find your people, right? And it was very hard. It was very hard for a lot of people with specific interests, and it was very hard for a lot of people who were struggling with specific things. That's why it's like from 2000 and on that like every type of struggle, it feels like, is known and talked about. Because, yeah, you might have a bunch of friends who have just never been through the thing that you've been through, but now that you can look it up, now that you can find people. And so message boards took off. Message boards were like this forum for everyone that believed in or liked the same thing. It was instant common ground, you know? And it was before the sort of like platforms, really. So you didn't have to worry, like if you were on a forum about a video game that you liked, you didn't have to worry about anybody making fun of you for liking the video game. It's why we're all here. Mm-hmm. And so there was this real community that started up. And it's tough when you're a kid because you're so alone when you're a kid in a very specific way. Because as a teenager, you're going through all the things teenagers go through, but you're going through them specifically as you. So no one knows what it's like to be you exactly. And so you do feel alone, even if you're surrounded by people. But sometimes, because you can impose so much on this faceless type, this faceless text, you feel like the people on the forum get you. And so then you feel like, okay, if people get me, I must not be crazy. If people get me, I must not be completely wrong in who I am, right? And that's pretty much how you get incels. Do you know what I mean? Because this is the thing. This is one of the wildest things about incels that I don't think anybody talks about. Incels, at least in their thinking, is actually weirdly, counterintuitively, quite reasonable. Because incels are like, no one wants to fuck me. And then the world is like, yeah. It's actually the dudes who are incels that go out and try every night that are the delusional ones. Like, all right, I've been striking out 600 days in a row, but tonight is my night. I put on extra cologne, so I know that the ladies will be all over me. It feels weird. Even the lore of how things get started. Like I'm telling you what I heard. I don't know the full ins and outs of this thing. I'm just telling you the way that I heard it, which to me makes sense. Okay, so to the best of my knowledge from the stories that I've heard, one thing that I do find funny, and it's actually the same thing as like how cults start a little bit. So way back in the day, still in kind of the forum era, but we were starting to have social platforms where like anybody could get on. There were these guys who were all divorced, right? Like by and large divorced, or were not married, but like had some sort of weird situation. They couldn't see their kids, you know? And so then they banded together because it's a very specific pain, I would imagine, to not be able to see your kid as a dad. Because by and large, maybe because so many of us did do it this way, it feels more reasonable to do it this way. But a lot of people feel like, nobody really needs a dad. I'm telling you, a lot of people feel that way, genuinely. And I'm not saying that as in like a judgment on anybody. I'm just saying like, if you're like, oh, my dad left, people are like, what else? Like, do you know what I mean? It doesn't carry the weight it would have carried in the 50s. Like, your dad left? You know what I mean? It's like, my dad's not around, and people are like, yeah, so any other revelations? Like, and so I think that sometimes when there's almost an expectation like that, then people who do care, who can't be as involved as they want, feel a very real pain. And they were the only people who understood each other, so they would talk and they would talk and they would talk. And where they messed up, like if I had been there back in the day, if I had been in that forum, what I would have said is like, just careful with the name. The name makes everything. Because then they banded together as like a group, and they were like, let's try to get some laws passed so that we can like see our kids, you know? It feels like family court is against us. And so then they called themselves men's rights activists. And I was like, bruh. You should have said dads. Dude, dads would have cooked. We'd be like, dads that want to see their kids? Protect these men. Protect all 8 of them. You know what I mean? But because they said men, now men who don't even have kids are joining the group. And because people are joining the group, joining the forum that are not there for the specific cause, for the specific reason that they came together over this pain, it starts to morph into something else. So now these guys that are like, I just want to see my kids, are also being like buried in the comments of the forum by people being like, I can't get a date. Like, these bitches crazy, right? And so ironically, a lot of them, not all, but a lot of them, maybe they were angry. Maybe they were going through a divorce. Maybe they were bitter at their ex-wife or women in general for not being able to see their kid. But they could also see what was happening, right? They could see like what this thing was turning into. What used to be a genuine support group is turning into like a weird, it's just a weird hang. Do you know what I mean? Like, you never want to be surrounded by angry men. Even as an angry man. I've been mad as hell before, but anytime too many of my buddies are also mad, I start to calm down. I start to be like, all right, well, we don't want to burn anything down. Feels like y'all want to do something different. Okay. But yeah, it started to happen where like, be like, you know, couldn't get the visitation that I wanted. I feel like the judge hated me when I walked in. And instead of more comments underneath like that, I've had that experience. And don't give up. It's not over. There's always things that you can do. Hey, just try to work it out with her. You know, you can get more visitation with her permission. You know, like things that were genuine support started to be buried by like, man, these bitches want whole meals. You know what I mean? Like, I can't believe they want you to take them out and pay. This shit is crazy. And then eventually, some of the, not all, but some of the earliest members of the forum are like, I started this thing because I'm trying to see my kids. And a lot of y'all seem crazy as hell. And I want to see my kids. So I'm a bounce. And so then, just like that, it was kind of gone. Like the heart of this thing, the reason, the sort of nugget that brought it all together had disappeared. And all that was left was this mob that had gathered with different grievances. You know? And that's how you get red pill stuff today. Do you know what I mean? Because the thing about red pill that's so appealing is that anyone telling you it's not your fault is probably going to get your attention. It's one of the most, it's honestly one of the most appealing arguments someone can make. If you're unhappy with your life and they come to you and they say, hey, none of this is your fault. Even as a defense mechanism, you're like, I'm listening. All right? And even red pill in and of itself is like starting to like eat itself. Because there's no basis around what it's really about. It's not really about community. It starts to just become this weird thing, you know? Like I've heard some of the most insane arguments ever. And I don't even think I'm thinking about the stuff you're thinking about. You're thinking about the surface level. I'm talking about deep. Like when a red pill podcaster really starts to cook. Like, I can't believe y'all out here having kids. Yeah. That shit, Y'all having kids, I don't know. Just something about like you had a daughter? That's gay, dog. Are you serious? You had a daughter? You had a daughter? That shit gay as hell, for real, man. That means you cum girls. Pause, dog. No. We ain't doing that over here. Are you serious? But no, when I was a kid, I go over to my buddy's house and, you know, his grandparents had been together for 60 years. That's a long time. 60 years of marriage, by the way, not knowing each other, not being cute. 60 years, right? Their fights were epic. Their fights were amazing. You know, because at 60 years, you let it all out. You know what I mean? Because at 60 years, you just say what's on your mind, because what are they going to do? Leave? Me and my boy be in the other room and we'd hear, "Oh, I should have married your brother." And he was like, "Oh, okay, then my brother want to blow his brains out. All right." Married 60 years. Crazy stuff, right? And basically, his granddad was going deaf very quickly. He was losing his hearing rapidly, but he didn't want to wear hearing aids because he didn't like how they made him feel, right? And I don't mean just the fit in the ear. I mean like he didn't like how he could hear so little naturally, and then he put him in and could hear across the street. Just made him feel like Daredevil without the rest of them. And I remember one time I was hanging out at their house and we heard his grandma yelling all around the house. And then she came into the room where we were at because his granddad was watching us. And she was like, "Why won't you just wear some hearing aids? Okay? I got to yell your name all through the house. Then I got to yell when I get in the room and I even find you. I'm yelling all the time. Surprised I'm not losing my voice. Why can't you just wear your hearing aids so you can hear me when I'm talking to you? I feel like you don't listen to anything I say because you can't hear me talking to you." And you just saw him slowly start to smile. It's honestly the most boss move I've ever seen in my entire life. This dude was like, "I will go deaf if it means I know peace, all right? I have no problem." And one time, I was over at their house and his grandma was watching us. And we were being quiet. So I don't know if she was saying this to us or to herself, but out of nowhere, she broke the silence. And she was just like, that nigga hear me. Welcome to the Josh Johnson Show. I'm Josh Johnson, joined by my co-host, fellow stand comedian Logan Nielsen. Logan, how you doing, buddy?
I am doing all right, man. How are you?
I'm good. I think that like it becomes tough after a while to like try to empathize in every scenario. Like
okay.
Like I don't know. I really try to put myself in other people's shoes, and I really try to give people the benefit of the doubt all the time, right?
Can I just say we've started a couple episodes with not only just this like tone, but you've started with this sentiment. So sounds like Josh is getting a little more judgmental, getting a little more over people.
It's not even over people. It's literally just that I'm starting to get confused. Sometimes you genuinely cannot understand what someone was thinking before something happened. You know?
Okay, yeah.
And like I've stopped trying to pretend I would have done the same thing under the same circumstances. And maybe that's just an immature version of empathy where you're like, "Oh, maybe I would have done that if I were them or if I were in their situation, whatever." I
don't know if it's an immature form of empathy. I think
it's not true, so that's why I'm saying it might be immature. Basically, I was okay. So our hotel, I'm in Atlanta for the week, and our hotel it's near Chick-fil-A.
God damn it.
And today
I didn't think that big of an opening was going to be a Chick-fil-A story, but go ahead.
Well, just today I was walking, and we're near Olympic Park, and so I was walking across Olympic Park to get to the venue. And
from like, okay, so I was going a very roundabout way. I'm like really just trying to enjoy my day. So I'm taking my time getting there, right? Mm-hmm. And there was a guy that was leaving Chick-fil-A.
Sure.
And he had just too many drinks. Like at a certain amount of drinks, you need to come back for these drinks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
or bring a friend.
Yeah, because
bring one of the friends
holder,
who is getting one of those drinks.
Yeah, every cup holder except for the handheld cup holders that only have 2 has 4 spots. Mm-hmm. There's a 5th spot if you're creative enough and you plan ahead well enough. There is a 5th spot in the middle.
Specifically the tray one with the little divots, because a lot of them do those carry ones now with the handles, and those don't have the 5th spot. So that's why I wanted to be.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We're talking about the same thing. The if you're creative with the
cardboard
tray,
ones with the handle.
No. The cardboard ones with no handle.
No, that's what I was saying.
The 5th one, yeah.
That's what I was saying. Those have the 5th spot, but a lot of places have switched to those just kind of cardboard, like little carry ones with a handle. Those don't have the 5th spot. That's what I was just trying to clarify.
So then basically, he had already enough for 10 drinks, right?
Uh-huh.
My man only has 2 hands.
Sure.
He had a third. I don't know how he expected. First of all, I don't know how he got out the door, because I didn't see him walking out of the Chick-fil-A specifically. They were Chick-fil-A drinks, and Chick-fil-A's right around the corner, right?
Right. Yeah.
But he's walking out, and he has propped up with the other 2 trays a third tray with 5 drinks on it.
Wait. So
okay. One hand.
So hold on.
Has 5 drinks in one tray.
Sure, on the tray, yes.
Another hand has 5 drinks in one tray.
Okay.
He's holding them together closely enough that they're holding up a third tray.
That's insane.
And like you would expect, I don't know if it was the wind or gravity or whatever.
Or fear.
Completely rational element took him out.
Yeah.
But the middle tray falls. Mm-hmm. And just splashes him with all the drinks. Sure. But then, because of the weight of the third tray not being there between the 2, the counterbalance just was off. And so the other 2 trays fall out of his hands. He didn't save a single drink.
You getting 15 drinks. You couldn't have one friend to come with you.
And like at 15 drinks, they clearly need to hire another intern. I mean, I don't know what this man's job was, but like...
Either he's an intern or he has 14 friends who don't care about him.
Because it was, first of all, the amount of liquid was too much. It looked like it rained on him from the knees down.
I'm sure even if you get like a medium at a place like that, they're pretty healthy sized cups. And now imagine if they're all larges.
Yeah.
Shitloads of sweet tea on them.
Socks were soaked. And it's not even the type of person you can help, because he just stood in it for a second. Like, you can see him just gathering himself.
No, there's not a thing you can do except for walk up and just like put a hand on his shoulder and be like, hey, another day, buddy.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's a new day. Forget today. You're done. You've done all of today that you can do.
Easily $65 worth of beverage before tax.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
and you can't just go back in and be like, I dropped it. Can you do that again?
Can you do all of that again? And I don't. I don't know this person at all. I don't know what their situation or their life is like. But it seemed like the way that they just stopped. It did not seem like. First of all, the color on their pants suggested it was not all 15 lemonades. Like these seem like very as specific as you can get at Chick-fil-A drinks.
Remember how you used to go down the fountain and they used to call it a suicide? You'd get one of everybody. You'd get one of every drink,
One of everybody, yeah.
You get one of everybody, but you go through and get one of every drink. So he's now wearing a suicide fountain drink on his shirt now.
Yeah, suicide is a very apt word for...
I don't know if everyone called it that, but we used to call it that when
I've heard of that before.
We were kids. Okay. Yeah. It's a fucked up term, but that's what we called it when we were kids.
I feel like there's only so much a person can like reasonably be asked to do and like even ask of yourself. And that's why I was like, in life, I used to be the person to be like, that poor guy just fighting to get his 15 drinks wherever he needed to get them. But knowing how the world is, and knowing that he is probably also staying at the same hotel as me, which means he's next to the Chick-fil-A, which means someone probably sent him to just get all the drinks.
Right.
And not even hold a door open.
Right, yeah.
I'm like, at a certain point, bro, you gotta stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
You have to be like, I have two hands. If I could carry 15 drinks, I wouldn't be working here. I'd be on America's Got Talent. I'd be through to the next round. Like, you can't just
walking around stage with trays just going, Howie?
Yeah. Because you can't just let people be unreasonable and then be like, clearly, if I believe in myself, I can do this completely unreasonable thing.
It's weird little things that are making you less empathetic. It's been mostly, I think, food related too.
Yeah, almost always. Yeah.
What is it about food situations like that make you particularly annoyed with humans and make you lose that empathy for people?
You know what's gonna happen. So just move accordingly. Like you know what life is. You know what.
This is a great statement coming from you, by the way.
No. I'm. There's a level. At 15 drinks, you're not paying attention to life.
I just love the profoundness of this.
No, but
this beverage run, the profound effect this beverage run had on you.
But at 15 drinks, because here's the thing, you cannot let yourself. You can't let yourself become a slave to someone else's delusion, right?
Right? Yeah.
So if someone is like, oh hey, go out there and bring me back 15 drinks with your bare hands. No matter how much you love them or this job or believe in them or yourself, reality is going to have a check-in with you at some point. It just feels like an unfortunate trap in how we, as a society, function.
I know I asked you at the start of this episode, but you good?
I'm
you doing
fine.
Right,
I don't think in life, I think I'm trying to carry 8 drinks. Like, it's a lot, but it's not crazy. That's literally what the tray is made for.
For sure, yeah.
I mean, I think in summation, just don't have 5 kids, I guess. I don't know what I'm even getting at, really. It's just, it felt exhausting to see
10 friends is enough. 10 friends is enough, I think is what you're saying.
10 friends is enough.
10 friends is enough. 10 friends already might be too many.
To get drinks for, yes.
Forget drinks for, yeah.
That's wild.
Which actually got to add you in there. So 9 friends is enough because you're the 10th. You're the 10th drink slot. And those 5th slots on the thing are bonus slots too. So really, let's trim it down. 7 friends is really all you need.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. Move accordingly. 7 friends. That's all you need.
3. Yeah, I mean,
one tray. One tray. Yeah, I think have less friends. Have less friends. Be less sticky. Well, It wasn't until I finished saying it that I didn't like it.
How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm all right. I want to tell you about something that happened to me the other night. Didn't really happen to me, but it was something I had to deal with for a second. I think I've talked before how I'm a substitute teacher, but I run a theater department. So I work with high school kids directing a play right now. We had rehearsal last night. Last night was Halloween night too, so people are out and about. Stuff's happening. But I'm having rehearsal with my kids, and then as we're finishing up, suddenly a bunch of my kids, their phones start blowing up from their parents, and all the messages say are like, "Don't leave school alone, leave in groups." Like, that's all we're getting. So alarming messages, to just like vague alarming messages, very horror movie messages from parents. Mm-hmm. And then we get like finally someone's like, "Oh, they're looking for a guy." who's out in town. Like the police are looking for a guy. Keep in mind, very, very small town, right? So my kids are all freaking out now, and they're like, when we all leave, can you come with us? Can you check our cars, like look in trunks and back seats? I'm like, absolutely, we'll do that. I'm like, go get your stuff. Everyone go get their stuff out of their lockers. I go outside, and there's like trucks driving around. People are just out and about looking, I think, for this guy too, or trying to check on stuff. And there's a parent pulling a van through the parking lot, and they're like, oh, are you guys wrapping up? I'm like, yeah, I'm about to lead them out. We're going to check cars. She goes, cool. And I was like, what's going on? They go, oh, he has a gun. And I go, oh. Shit. And then I go back into the school, and then it's just me in the school. There's no other staff. And keep in mind, I am not a full-time teacher, so really I shouldn't be in charge of most things. So I go inside. The only other adult there is the night janitor, and I ask her, and I just tell her, I'm like, oh, hey, by the way, I guess they're looking for a guy, who has a gun. And she goes, oh, well then we have a couple doors in this school that are open till 9 p.m. We need to lock down the school, you and me, and like follow full like active shooter lockdown protocol, a janitor and a substitute teacher.
I mean, what a buddy cop comedy.
Right? What an adventure that would be.
Yeah.
Luckily, before we had to really go nuts, because I was about to go like lock the kids in the library, and then we were going to go like door to door locking them, we got confirmation they caught the guy. Guy was on the run. He was wanted for stuff in Missouri, I guess. But luckily but there was just a quick moment of me being like, oh shit, I need to suddenly be a teacher. I need to suddenly be an administrator and protect these kids.
I mean, honestly, if you were on the run, small town is not the move. Like, I can't even believe, obviously, if you're on the run, you're running. So you're not getting to be choosy about where you're running through.
Yeah.
But hey, the place where everybody knows everybody is not the place you want. Imagine walking into Cheers and being Ted Bundy.
Ted.
It's like, guys, there are regulars here.
Yeah, you gotta go. I mean, where only some know your name. No, but you gotta. It's like a mid-tier town, right? Mm-hmm. If you gotta leave, you gotta flee a city. Major cities have big, police task force and stuff like that. Small town like mine, everyone knows everybody, so we know when there's someone new in town that no one knows, right? Mm-hmm. You gotta go slightly bigger. You gotta go a mid-tier town where everyone kind of knows each other, but not well. You know what I mean?
Or like at least enough people that people look like people. Like if you saw someone in passing and they look enough like somebody else that you just let them go. That would also be a good place to be. But just a small town with like, one high school, because there's one high school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with one high school, it's like that you're getting caught, bro. You're done.
Yeah. What you're saying is you need a high enough likelihood of there being a doppelganger.
Yes, exactly.
You want to maybe look like a guy maybe you've seen in passing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like when you are, I've never been on the run. I imagine you make a lot of snap decisions, which is probably why people get caught. But like. Mm-hmm. I don't know. As soon as you told me he was on the run, in my head, in this story, I was like, they're catching this dude. This is like, there's not that many people here.
Yeah. No.
Even if you put on a fake mustache, we still don't know your head.
Yeah. This isn't like back in the day where you just wander into Old Town and just say like, oh, I'm this guy. I'm Jerry here. Any work? That time doesn't exist anymore.
Not only does it not exist anymore, even the small town will have the internet. So even the small town is like, wait, let me just put your face next up to this wanted poster on my phone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of your phone, what are you just going to look down at that the whole time? You keep in mind we are videoing us.
Yeah, I'm trying to find something that
Okay.
I was trying to find something that related to your on the run thing.
Oh, on the run thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn. Okay. I can't find it, but basically it was it sucks. Yeah. I did all that looking for nothing.
Because it's hard when I start telling a story and you immediately only look down at your phone the whole time. It really makes me feel like you just don't want to hear the fucking story.
No, I'm always excited when you tell a story. I'm always like, oh man, I want to like have a thing for when you're done, and then I
Well, that sounds more like you're you're excited for me to be done.
No,
I'm
for
kidding.
when you're done, I want to like.
I'm joking.
You know,
I'm joking.
Oh, here's the thing with when you're on the run. Like here's some like all the run tips,
Right.
whatever. And then there was there's a
some on the run. I don't know if we should though be getting into on the run tips fully.
I
Or
guess
fuck it, let's do it. What's some on the run tips? Think of some off the top of your head.
off the top of my head, don't go to a small town.
We got that one.
Yeah.
Number one. Don't small
Also-
town. This is another situation where not having more than 3 friends is going to help you. Less people to rat you out.
Also,
Move accordingly.
cash is king.
Cash is king. It rules everything around me.
Cash will get you
$1 bill, y'all.
safely into many places, just nowhere to stay. Most hotels need a credit card now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then there's no amount of cash. In fact, if you offer to pay extra,
They're definitely not letting
they'll
you.
be like, we can't let you in now.
I mean, I think there are still hotels you probably could still get into, but you are leaving itchy. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Do you know there's still some hourly motels?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
There's a couple in Chicago, yeah.
I mean, can we talk about the levels of potential filth? Like, I'm not saying they're all dirty. They don't all have to be dirty.
But you're also not saying that.
I'm saying, like, for an hour, you either have to have the most fit and fresh for the day cleaning, like like I can only imagine, like, your cleaners have to be actual athletes
Right.
to get the rooms properly cleaned for an hourly motel.
They're going and like sweeping and scrubbing like they're curlers in the Olympics. Like,
Yeah.
"Ah!"
You probably got to have 2 in the room at a time so that someone's working on the bed while someone's working on the bathroom and like all
Yeah.
that stuff. It's just chaos.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't. Yeah. No, it's hourly. Anyway, if you're on the run, I suppose you'll also want to have like caps and shades for all occasions. I will say that now
Caps and shades for all occasions.
now you want to probably wear a mask. You know,
Yeah.
a mask
Like a
will
Halloween
help.
mask. No.
And I think that's really all you can do is not use a credit. There's too much CCTV now. Now, if you did it and they want to catch you, they're going to get you.
They're gonna get you. They're gonna get you good. Yeah. Okay. So
What do you
our
have
main
on the
tips:
list?
avoid small towns. So I'm recapping yours quick. So avoid small towns. Mm-hmm. Bring cash. Hats. Hats are a plus. We'll go hats and masks. We'll just make that as one point.
Okay.
Hats and masks. I'd say probably, restrict your diet a little bit. Don't eat things that are going to upset you. Because you don't want to be on the run and then you got to blow up a toity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be funny though if like they catch you and they catch you in the toilet because you're on a train and it's like true catch me if you can style, but then you really got a boo boo, right? Like you.
Yeah.
And so then you go
Yeah.
to the bathroom and you over here just sitting there just like and then now you brought attention to yourself because it's like,
attention to
hey,
yourself.
why is this trade car stank? And it's like, oh, it's whoever's in
Yeah.
there. And
Those
now
dogs gonna find you.
you walk out and forget the hat, forget the shades. Everybody remembers you, Everybody remembers what you look like, what you wearing, because you blew up a bathroom on an Amtrak train.
Yeah. Yeah. So, listen, I like to eat ice cream to alleviate stress, but when you're on the run, I'd say avoid dairy. Just generally,
Avoid dairy. Avoid anything that's going to cause inflammation, right?
Yeah.
So then there's, okay, 1 second.
This needs
I'll
to be
look it
the
up right
healthiest
now.
you've ever eaten in your life.
I'll look
when
it
you're
up
on the
right
run.
now because now this is, I mean, people need to know the facts because there are certain foods that inflame you. Actually, I would even stay away from broccoli because if you're having any stomach issue, broccoli exacerbates it.
Yes, that's true. That is true.
I'd also say stay away from soy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that like soy and some people, there are things that there's a whole diet plan to find the foods that you're allergic to if you can't take the allergy test.
Mm-hmm.
And there are things that people are mildly allergic to that will never come up in a big way. Like it'll never be as bad as a peanut allergy, but you're mildly allergic, so it's going to give you like the runs or something. I would say soy, and then you already hit dairy. Then you're also going to like really, really want to keep in line with your overall bread intake because like inflammation is also a huge factor in just generally not feeling well.
Right. What even do you eat too much gluten-y stuff, you're gonna get a little sleepy.
I would say go to cryotherapy, but that's just me. If you go to a cryotherapy and you go ahead and get blasted with some cold, lock out some of that inflammation.
Yeah.
Right?
So if you're in a town that has a cryotherapy lab, clinic, I guess cryotherapy clinic,
storefront, I mean, is really just a tank.
Storefront. Okay.
It's really not that special. It's just sort of a tank and it's a walk-up situation as well. You really don't even need to make an appointment.
All right. So a city that has an ice box, do that. Okay, so if you're going to be on the run, let's focus on the run part of it, man. You got to be the best shape you've been in your life.
Yeah.
Okay, take care of that body. Watch your diet. Honestly, going on the run might be the best thing that's ever happened to you.
Honestly, going on a run might be tantamount to going on a marathon run. Like, I feel like a marathon shape, because you're going to need to run at a given moment. So you're going to need to stay limber. You're going to need to stay toned. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A lot of people think that muscle tone is physique. Muscle tone is actually, the definition of muscle tone is actually how quickly your muscles can spring into action.
Right.
We've made it an aesthetic thing of like, oh, you're so toned is in you look cut.
Right.
But it has nothing to do with that. Mm-hmm. And you're going to want to stay toned. You're going to want to stay hydrated, but not so hydrated that you keep running to the bathroom.
You don't want to keep going to the bathroom.
This is honestly the what do you want to call it? How do I describe this? This is honestly the fine line of hydration between being dehydrated and being so hydrated that you're. This is sure.
I can tell you liked it though, actually.
No.
Yeah. The thin wet line.
If you have to pee too much, you're going to be looking for bathrooms instead of looking out for exits. You know what I mean?
Oh.
You're also going to be going.
I like the way you worded
places.
that.
You're going to be going in places.
What's in places? People and cameras usually.
Yeah. So now it's like, okay, we're looking for a suspect on the run. 5'10", white male, shades, hat.
Always saying, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Usually enters establishment saying, get out of the way, as he heads towards the lavatory.
Move.
Yeah. Tends to stay in these bathrooms for anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah. Terrible diet, clearly in there for too long. Starts as one thing, becomes another thing.
Imagine if they truly catch you off of bathrooms. Like you're not using credit cards. You're just getting caught on CCTV. Is literally like a whole Law and Order episode of like, yeah, I saw him. And it's like, it's also a guy holding it. He's like holding because he needs to go to the bathroom so bad, and he's holding it, and he's like, the detectives are standing in front of the bathroom, and he's like, please, and it's like, hey, someone was murdered, so maybe if you could help us try to find who did it, because the cops love doing that on every cop show. They remind you the stakes for the other people, for the victims, and then it's supposed to shame you into talking to them in that moment.
Right.
But imagine you really gotta go to the bathroom, and he was just here, and you don't know where he went, but you know he was just here, and the cops are interviewing you, and you're like, can I please go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
And it's like, listen, someone lost their life, and you could help us before it happens again.
Yeah.
Okay?
No one lost their life here. It was somewhere else. But the guy we're looking for is just fucking up so many bathrooms.
All right.
Everywhere we go.
Skid marks everywhere.
We call him the Skid Marks Killer.
He literally is just using the bathrooms of the people that he's killed.
That's his calling card.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, just to see like them chasing that fugitive and having the scene where the detective puts it together, where he remembers how every gas station they've gone to that he's been spotted at, the bathroom has been taped off.
Yeah.
And he puts it together. Wait a minute.
He lights a match every time.
Okay, so we got manage your diet, stay hydrated, get fit if you're going to go on the run.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, get fit if you're going to go on the run. But also, look, I think that we have to talk about, we can't talk about this thing without talking about the detective that's going to be looking for this guy. You need a grizzled detective who, like, used to have a butthole, but now he just doesn't. He lost it.
Now,
in a case.
hold on. Well,
because, you always need the detective and the serial killer to be polar opposites. Every good Morgan Freeman cop movie has a serial killer that's the opposite of him.
Right, yeah.
You really need someone who's just backed up, constipated. You really need someone who, like...
Instead of, like, popping Tylenol or Pepto like they always do, he's just full on, just, like... popping laxatives just like all the time. Nothing's happening.
Yeah. I think that he's like partially because the best detectives are also people who have it in them to be serial killers, which is why they can catch them. And so I think that what you're going to get in a story like this is you're going to finally get someone who sees the crimes, right? Sees the murders, sees the bathrooms, and is just like almost a little jealous. He wishes he could let loose like that. He wishes that in his life, he had the level of, like, he's too restrained, He has too much control. And he wishes he could be as crazy as this guy is, because he can't even go. He can't even go in a public one. So if you see where this dude is like killing people and then using their bathroom. This detective, he can't even go if he's at like a baseball game,
right?
And he goes to the bathroom and he really needs to like use the bathroom. He can't go because there's so many other people there. So he sees how free the killer is.
Right.
And there's a part of him that he'll never explain to anybody. He'll never, because he's scared of people seeing that side of him. Because once you hear from someone how much they respect or maybe even admire a killer, you're never going to look at them the same way,
Yeah.
And so I think
but he takes stuff the wrong way though, because people will be like, "God, Jackson, you're a real tight ass," and he's like, "What'd you say to me?"
Yeah. So he gets in fights with other detectives.
Nothing's tight down there. It's normal, and it comes out normal. Fuck you.
And I got to be honest with you. I think that our man, our detective, I think he's having some issues that he knows, he's aware, going to bubble to the surface, and he honestly didn't even want to take the case. He didn't want to take the case at all. His
he absolutely
captain
don't.
made him take this case.
I bet he was about to retire. Okay, he was about to retire early because he knows if he doesn't, it's destroying his family. His life, his personal life is falling apart.
He was about to retire to the lavatory
Yeah.
when they were like, "Hey, don't go in there. We have a case for you." And he was like, I can't right now.
Right.
And they were like, "You're the only one who can do this."
Yeah.
And he gets to the scene of the crime, and he's honestly shocked that someone could so maliciously and brutally violate this bathroom. Like, yeah, there's a dead person there too, but like the bathroom is really what's of concern.
Yeah. And it's like a really fresh dead person too. Like they're all walking in like with handkerchiefs over their mouths, but it is not because of a corpse smell at all.
Yeah, this person's been dead for like 20 minutes.
It's like it just happened. It's honestly amazing they didn't catch the guy.
Yeah. The bathroom, and you want to know the how you know the killer is truly unhinged? Mm-hmm. You want to know how you know that this person is like on the run, but also out of their mind, like calculated enough to kill and get away with it, but unhinged enough to know that they've left the edges of society behind. Mm-hmm. Every time they use the bathroom, they take the handle with them.
To the toilet?
To the toilet, yeah. They steal the toilet handle so that nobody will ever be able to like use it again. I mean, you could use it again, but now you gotta, because no one really sell toilet handles like that. So do you have to replace the whole upper deck, or like that's how you know this person's a terrorist? Because like, who thinks like that? You know what I mean? Like, that's so chaotic to take the handle, because now you can't even. It's not even a toilet anymore. Now it's just a bowl of water. It's like unusable, truly, you know?
Right. Okay. So to recap, avoid small towns.
Uh-huh.
Hats are a plus.
Yeah.
Cash is king. Mm-hmm. Watch your diet. Eat healthy, right?
Also, he took the toilet handle because his fingerprints were on it. So he couldn't leave a trace.
It's the only thing he touches with his bare hand.
I mean, he had left all types of DNA in there, but like... He don't want to leave the handle because that's fingerprints. That's too easy. They're going to get him quick.
Right. Make sure you're in shape. And make sure you find your opposite. You find your opposite detective. You don't
want to find your opposite.
You don't want that.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. You actually
find a detective that's also pooping the way you are.
Yeah. You need to find a detective with like some serious bowel issues, because then he's going to be too busy to catch you. This guy that I'm describing is a grizzled vet that is like has nothing but time to focus, because his internal issues, and when I say internal issues, I mean his guts. They're so riddled with guilt over like unsolved cases and bad cheese that he's like, I have nothing to focus on but this case, and that's how you get caught.
You remember in Die Hard when the one cop's just like, I shot a kid, and he like says that, but instead this detective's like, I shit my pants.
Yeah, and then
what happened out there? Why are you writing the desk now? I shit my pants.
And then everyone else is like, okay, you got a wild side. All right, everybody does, and he's like, no, I'm scared if I come into contact with this dude, I'll lose control. And it's like, all right, well, that's going to be a bridge that we come to when we cross it. Like, we can't not chase him down now because you're scared of what will happen. We have to be diligent. We can't be fearful, And so that's just where I'm coming from. Like, I think that I think that this guy's like probably at least like 3 murders deep by the time we really get to know our hero detective. Because you know how like in a lot of these cop movies that with a versus the serial killer thing, what they will end up doing is they will be spending all this time. The first murder is how the movie starts. Then the second murder is like when the person's thinking about not taking it, right? Like half in, half out. And then there's a murder that happens. Now it's like, ooh, is that one on me because I didn't take it seriously enough initially? Then it's usually
that second murder is what makes it realize, like, oh, this isn't a random thing. This is a serial killer thing. Oh, these are connected. That's usually what that one is.
And the third one is the taunt. The third one is the like, hey, you can't catch me. And they left their calling card, which is no toilet handle, right? Mm-hmm. And the person's like maybe even still alive. Like they have, like now this was really just a break-in and entering. Like they probably knocked the person over the head, but didn't kill them, you know? So now you don't even know what you're really trying to solve. It's like there's 2.5 murders. And then there's a bunch of wrecked bathrooms, like more wrecked bathrooms than murders now.
Yeah, it starts becoming clear that the bathrooms are the goal and the murders are incidental. He's just trying to get to these bathrooms.
Yeah, he probably would. And I bet you, when you dive in, because all the other movies also do this thing where if they do give you a glimpse into the killer, it's usually into like what led them to kill, unless it's exposition. Sure. And it'll probably do a flashback then to him, like as like a teenager pushing someone out of the way to get to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then they fell and they hit their head and they died.
And that gave him a thrill though too.
Yeah.
He likes the the run to the bathroom.
Because now he's really got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Like now he's under duress.
Yeah. Which just makes him more stressed out, which just makes him need to go to the bathroom more. Makes it more of an emergency. So now it's this adrenaline train he can't get off of.
Yeah. Also loves Chipotle.
That's another big problem. It's also, again, his diet's not great.
He has not been taking care of himself for a long time.
Not at all. Fried Oreos?
He pops them like pills. Okay.
Yeah, they start piecing together on the maps. He's hitting towns that are having state fairs.
He's like eating the fried corn on the cob at the carnival, and then the other, like the cop is standing at the entrance to the carnival. He's like, looks like you're out of your jurisdiction. Bites. He loses him in a crowd, which is like nearly impossible because my man is like pretty big. Like he's pretty hard to miss. But he loses him in a crowd.
He's breathing real heavy.
He's breaking like half the rules of being on the run. And then
exactly. We're not talking about this guy. This guy is not. We hope the detective gets him.
And then you see a guy that's been knocked over, Family Guy style, outside of a porta potty, and that's when the detective's like, "Oh no, we're too late."
I like that we have that shorthand of Family Guy style. The bent knee,
yeah,
the back. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
And the arm by the back.
Family Guy style.
No one even bothers to check that dude's pulse. They just know. Also, by the way, the porta potty leaning like the Tower of Pisa. All right.
There's smoke coming out of it for some reason.
Yeah, that porta potty is doing the most.
Oh. This is probably a good time to mention this is a later record for us than normal.
Yeah, it is midnight. It's past midnight where I am right now.
Which isn't that late normally, but we usually go a little earlier. Can I pitch you a title for this episode? I know we don't usually do that.
Yeah,
but I just want to pitch you a title for this episode.
Yeah.
Can we call it Move Accordingly, parentheses, the worst episode we've ever done?
I don't know if this is the worst episode we've ever done. I don't think it is.
It feels the worst.
I feel like I honestly, if I can be completely 100 with you, I actually feel like we're getting back to our roots because we haven't talked about any sort of bowel movement in like maybe 40 episodes.
Well, that's definitely not true. It can't be that long.
It's been a while. I definitely haven't had a story in a while. I don't know if you have, but anyway,
I don't know if I have either.
I think
we're getting back to our roots.
Yeah, I think that honestly,
getting back to our toots. Come on. I like that one.
I think that a good title would be Porta Potty, a true crime story.
No. I don't. It's gonna be so deep for any payoff.
No. Here's the thing. In the second act of this film, right? We've already had a face-off at the carnival, right? So in the second act, now we haven't.
This got so out of hand.
we haven't heard our hero detective speak. I feel like he sounds a little bit like this is the type of man that.
Oh, you got a little Morgan Freeman?
No, not quite a Morgan Freeman. This is like a drawl.
Everywhere we go,
yeah,
we just find poopy, more and more poopy.
I think that he's gonna be a little bit flowery in the language. You know what I mean? Like, okay. No matter how far he got, we were always on his scent. We've chased him through. Wait! Stop!
Yeah.
Stop making me laugh.
I didn't do anything.
All right. We've chased him through 3 states, 5 counties, at 6 carnivals.
Something about this stinks to high heaven.
It was the Louisiana Parking Carnival where he did the most damage. 4 funnel cakes. 3 fried Oreos. 12 baskets of chicken wings.
Some of those children will never smell again.
And 1 ride on the Tilt-A-Whirl. Got everything in there shaken up nice and deadly.
Like a big stinky bomb.
It was the Illinois State Fair where things came to a head.
It's where we finally cornered the skid mark killer.
Just outside of Chicago.
That Italian sausage did him in. He finally met his match.
We saw. Wait. We saw.
Jesus.
We saw an insulin needle in the parking lot, so we knew we weren't far. This man was trying to elude us and busted right out of his fly. The whole zipper was left next to a Honda Civic. So now you got this man like trying to hold his pants up, running through the Illinois State Farm, and like really like barreling past people, like really clotheslining people on the way, just leaving a trail of dead. All right, like.
So the full twist is this is just a scared, clumsy man. He did not mean to kill anyone. This is just a very clumsy man.
That's a great argument for the defense, but he was taking some people out. Like,
oh no, I'm saying he's still going away because with that many numbers, even if it's involuntary manslaughter, you're going away for a while. I'm just saying that's the final twist when our detective finally has him cornered. I don't. I think on a cruise ship or something.
Well, this is the thing. I think he manages beyond all hope to make it out of the Illinois State Fair. Right.
Right.
Then he ends up going to
Walmart. he's got him cornered in a Walmart bathroom.
He's got him cornered in a Walmart bathroom. People running out. Stampeding out of this bathroom, right? Yeah. And then he walks in, he kicks open the stall door, right? Mm-hmm. And in that moment, he's got him dead to rights, gun pointed, everything. And then he's like, I can't stand this. And then he has to stand outside until the guy's done. Like, he's like, this is so bad.
Yeah.
Oof.
And then after they arrest him and they put him in the cop car and they're driving back to the station, all you hear the guy muttering is, I had to go. I had to go. I had to go.
And then you hear the detective, me too, son. Me too.
And then after he's put away in jail, the detective finally gets to go home. He lays his badge on the chief's desk. He goes, I'm done. And he goes home. And then he goes into his house.
Takes some Metamucil.
Kisses his wife. Goes and he kisses the head of his sleeping son. And he goes down the hall into the bathroom. The door closes. And then we just hear the worst noise.
It's
like a buzzsaw almost.
It's genuinely so bad that he does end up taking a shower after, and he takes one of the cop showers. You know those cop showers where they like slap the wall?
One of those cop showers where they slap the wall.
You know what I'm talking about, where they just like, they're just like, oh,
damn it, who are you? Yeah.
Why couldn't I do more?
And that's the pitch we did to this studio, and they said we'd never work in this town again.
To be fair, the town was Alexandria. It was my hometown, and they really don't have the funding to make a movie of this caliber, really, you know?
Yeah. They also did not like the idea, but mainly also they had no budget.
Yeah.
Especially after that, that movie where the dance team had to save the rec center, and that was already kind of a debacle, so town never recovered.
I should also point out that they weren't actually like movie producers or executives or anything. They were just like dudes we were talking to.
I believe they kept saying they were parking attendants, I think is what they kept saying.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds fancy. Mm-hmm. That's a long job title, so that sounds fancy. So I assume they'd have some sort of authority.
A lot of letters.
A lot of letters in that title.
CEO is only 3 letters.
That's only 3. That's a chump. That's chump level of letters.
Yeah.
Parking attendant? Shit, that's basically God.
Pretty sure it's Dant.
Which is only 3 letters.
Parking attendant.
Intendant, you believe? Mm-hmm. Well, so it's French. Well, we've lost the plot here. Should we open the mailbag, or are we too shameful? We don't want to bring our listeners into this.
No, we can open the mailbag. I genuinely don't think this is the worst episode we've ever done.
I'm kidding. I'm doing a bit. Come on now.
Okay.
Do it a bit. We just did 30 minutes on poop. Come on.
It wasn't on poop. All right. You realize that, right?
On poop as a plot device.
Not even that. Are you not aware of what we made? The art that we put together? Are you seriously going to tell me that you don't think what we just did was on par with Along Came a Spider?
Well, I think on par with that, yeah.
Like, all right. I mean,
This is how. Listen.
no.
You know me.
That's fine, that's fine.
No. I'm not shooting down this. I have to be hard on my ideas to make them better, and to push for them to be the best they can be. Because I'm also not just handing this idea over to just some hired gun director who's gonna come at some Brett Ratner motherfucker who's gonna come in with no heart, no eye, no style of his own.
Look, I think that sometimes when you're hard on yourself and it's something that you did with me, it feels like you're being hard with me, and then feel great. Like it feels like you're not proud of what we made, and that sucks. Gotta be honest with you. Doesn't feel good.
Like someone looking at their phone when you're trying to tell a story.
I really was
good?
trying to find this. All right.
This one here, I actually want to start with an Instagram message because this also will lead into an email. But speaking of, names of villains, like our skid marks killer, last time we talked about you if you'd become some sort of ice-based supervillain. We got a message from Christina on Instagram and said, is it too late to trademark or suggest Josh's villain name be the Punisher? But I feel like that would be my name as your nemesis.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'd be the one you're trying to take down with your ice powers.
Yeah, it's like how Joker always has like a Batman name for Batman and Robin.
Right,
like
yeah.
Batsy and Boy Blunder. Like,
yeah. And I believe, I think we said that the name you settled on was Man with Ice Powers Who Hates Puns, right? So I think it's perfect then that I'm the pun-based super villain. Or superhero. Listen, I don't think there's no heroes in this. This is just two guys
I'm absolutely
with superpowers.
fine with there being no heroes.
Two guys with superpowers who are just making a fucking problem for the city. There's another movie. No one's done that one yet. Mm-hmm. No one's good, no one's bad. It's these two guys just hate each other, and it's inconvenient for the entirety of this metropolitan city.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. This one here... This is from Corey. This is an email, and the title of this one is Josh Supervillain Name. Kind of on the same theme here. Hey guys, loved the show. I thought of the perfect supervillain name for Josh. The Pun Ice Sure. I await my icy death at Josh's hands.
Oh, I think I may have pulled a muscle because that one was a reach.
Because Pun Icer is already works, but I like that he made it Pun Ice Sure. Mm-hmm. Still put the SH in there to really make it a cumbersome pun. It's Pumberson.
Okay. Wow. All right. I'm gonna.
All right.
I want to do something that we rarely do, and I'll take
shit.
full responsibility for keeping up with this. Okay. And I don't know
what's gonna happen right now. By the way, to be honest with the audience, I have no idea what you're about to propose.
I'm gonna take full responsibility, and I will admit that I don't know how we will keep up, but I feel like this is something where if any listener is inclined to write in,
sure,
and use the subject title, so we have to know, or else it'll get lost. Use the subject title Porta Potty Sequel. I want to hear from you, the listener, what you think happens next in this trilogy. All right. What do you think happens to our cop? Does our villain escape prison? You know?
Is there a copycat?
Is there a copycat? Or
Copy crap?
is this person's son going to take up the mantle of the bad guts that lead to the unchecked crime and chaos that terrorizes America?
Who is the next set of warm cheeks to sit on this throne?
So, I want to hear from you what you think happens next, because I personally had a great time doing this. I think it's very funny. I think it's a good time. And I look, I'll even extend an olive branch and apologize to anybody who didn't like it. This is not what the show is going to become. Even I may just read them for me. Who knows? But like,
if I could have a request to keep these outlines fairly succinct. Don't, because we get some long ass emails, and I'm worried I'm going to get like a full script treatment.
Yeah.
For this
just
sequel.
Remember that what you send us will not get made.
It will not get made. And if I get bored, I'm going to stop reading it.
I really needed this. And so once again, I hope that even if this was
much like our killer, Josh had to expel some demons.
I really hope that even if this is not your thing, you enjoyed it, because it's all in good fun.
Yes, I also had a great time. I was just goofing. I was goofing, Josh, like I do on the show, and you were on brand and hating my goofing, but
but I'm telling you now, this is not what the show will become. But I do want to revisit it at some point.
So your wrap-up thoughts are, I'm sorry, we won't do it again, but we're definitely going to do it again.
Yeah.
Perfect. I love that. I think that's a great.
I feel like that's very reasonable.
I think it's reasonable.
Yeah.
We do this every week. Who knows? Who knows what stories need to be told?
Yeah. Thanks so much for listening to the Josh Johnson Show. We had a great time recording. I hope you had a great time listening. If you are looking to catch up with us on any of the socials, you can find me at Josh Johnson Comedy on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, where we're going to be posting clips of the show. You can also hit me up at Josh Johnson and at Josh J Comedy if you're still using Facebook. And if you are looking for Logan.
Sorry, I broke. I don't know what happened. It was just you going, yeah. It's just like you had just come down from a weird high. You can follow me on Instagram at Logan M. Nielsen, and if you want to get into the mailbag and send us your proposed sequels to Porta Potty, A True Crime Story, you can email us, joshjohnsonshow@gmail.com. You can also leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Also, if you want bonus content, like a potential trailer we'll put out for Porta Potty. That's probably not going to happen. But we have a bunch of special content on Patreon, patreon.com/Josh Johnson Show. We have bonus podcasts there. We have video content. We have replays of our virtual live shows that we do every month. We'll probably be announcing our one for November pretty soon. I don't think we've scheduled it as of this recording yet, but keep an eye out for that. We do have some live shows coming up. We will be in Minneapolis at Acme Comedy Club November, what is that, the 14th or something? 17th. Yeah, 17th through the 19th. Yeah. 17th or 19th. We'll be there for that. I'm very excited about that. I'm going to speak for Josh and say he is too. He's giddy with joy.
Super excited. I am. I am.
Yeah, I know.
We had a great time last time.
And I didn't even perform when I came up. I just came up and see you.
Yeah.
So this will be fun. We get to spend the weekend performing up there, and I'm excited because I don't have to fly anywhere for that one. I get to just drive up. That's only a couple hours away.
Wait, you didn't do the show last time?
No, I just came up to see you. Remember?
Oh, okay. No, I just remember
We recorded at the hotel. That's where we did the episode about you going to the mall. But so I came up for the day.
Mm-hmm. That's what
but
it
no,
was.
so we get to work there for 3 nights. I believe 5 shows total. I believe. Right?
Yep.
Dope. It's gonna be a good time. I'm very excited for that.
Well, hit us up with your sequels. If I will say this is a thing that I think is maybe worth it, and I will read them. All right. So you don't.
No, you won't.
No. I will read them. I'll make time to read them. Right.
Okay.
If it is wild enough, I think we should do it. Like a little,
what do you mean,
little
do
snippet
it?
of it on the show. If it's good enough, if it's like funny enough, we should just take a little time to be like, do it.
When you say do it, you mean read the email, or do you mean
Like I
do like a reading?
Do like a reading of it.
So now at this point, now we're asking for scripts now.
Not a full script. No. It's
Okay.
just when you read it, I think that it's different to just read what someone wrote, like might happen, and then to perform it.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be poop based. My request would be please put in as many puns as you possibly can, especially if Josh is reading them. Okay, thanks for listening, everybody.
All right.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really supports the channel. Hit the bell notification because apparently it's the only way YouTube will tell you that something happened. And just tell a friend. That's the biggest thing you could do. Just tell one person in your life that you like, maybe you don't like, that this video happened to you.
We release the podcast every Thursday on all the podcast apps, so you should find us there and subscribe on those and comment and leave reviews and whatever on all of them. And also, if you want bonus stuff, you can join our Patreon, patreon.com/Josh Johnson Show. We have bonus podcasts and videos and stuff there, and we'd love to see you.
Hey everybody, we're at Helium Comedy Club in Portland, Oregon. Logan went and got a novelty soda for us to try. So we're gonna have some, see what it's like before I go up.
Oh, okay. With red, that's...
Okay. Ooh, this blood. This blood. This was either blood or kidneys.
Or kidneys?
Ooh, this thing.
Oh wait, no, this does stink.
Bro, my ears ring.
Okay, you alright?
Make some noise for Josh Johnson!
I didn't know that we just wouldn't care anymore. I thought it's weird sometimes, as much news as I read and I watch, that sometimes there's a thing that you think just in your head. Maybe it's because of what matters to you. You're like, oh, this thing, this is going to be huge. You'll see a thing, whatever it is, and you'll be like, this is the thing that's going to wake people up or freak people out, or no one's going to be able to stop talking about it, right? Different for all of us. But then, I don't know if this is a universal experience, but I think it is. Eventually, you get disappointed. You realize, like, oh, wow, this isn't as big of a story as it should be. People don't care as much as they should. Like, everyone's moved on, even though the thing isn't resolved. That's wild. And I didn't know that we would just stop caring about the drones that are flying over Jersey. Like, that seems like a big deal, and we just sort of let it go. Right? They still up there. Like, I guess they don't need batteries because they are still, it's wild. There are drones that were flying over Jersey, and they're loud. They're very high up, but they are so loud that people compare them to helicopters. And they've been flying over Jersey for a while now. And, you know, we all kind of thought, okay, They'll tell us what that is eventually. Someone will know. Someone has to know. Because at first people thought it was kids. And then when they said that the drones were like 6 feet wide, they were like, maybe they're rich kids. Maybe it's like... And then people... and then people started coming up with theories because it was so loud, it was so disruptive, it's over like residential areas, it was so random and everything that people asked the government. The government came out and they were like, "Don't worry about it." Don't worry about it. The government has never said, "Don't worry about it." Y'all, the government said, "Don't worry about it." In American history, the government, I would honestly tell you to watch at least like one White House press conference, one like hour of C-SPAN. The most asinine, insane, minute questions get asked of the press secretary. And I'm not saying they always have a legitimate answer, but they always at least try to answer the thing in some capacity, no matter how dumb it is. They never say, "Don't worry about it." That's never been the tact that the U.S. government has taken. Don't worry about it. We shot a balloon immediately. Remember that balloon that we couldn't tell because none of the pictures looked clear enough if it was a child's balloon or if it was actually a spy balloon? But we shot it, I think, with a missile and said, "That was a spy. That looked like China." We've still never fully confirmed that, by the way. No one has come out. China hasn't been like, "We did send that balloon. That's our bad. We were feeling festive. We were playing." It's never happened. That is crazy. Don't worry about it. There are brown people just alive in other places and the government's worried about it. Like that, don't worry about it. That's crazy. So then people started to come up with their own theories, you know? People started to be like, I don't know. I mean, I think it's a foreign entity. I think it's a foreign entity doing reconnaissance. They're spying on us. It could be China, could be anybody. They're using these drones to spy on us. And I was like, oh, okay. Maybe China sent a drone as loud as a helicopter with lights on it to spy on Tony's house. Like maybe there is a foreign government that has the money and the resources to send so many, it's like a bunch of them, so many drones over that can just stay up in the air forever and can evade when people try to like shoot them down and everything. Maybe a government has all the money and technology to do that, but they don't have Google Earth. Maybe. And some people think that's very dumb. Some people think, "Oh, what an idiot. Who would think that?" But you know what it's not dumber than? Don't worry about it. That's the dumbest thing a person could say. I want to make sure we all understand that. Don't worry about it. Y'all, I am so scared the government is out of money. Don't worry about it is the most broke parent thing to say. Yo, don't worry about it. When I was a kid, my dad drove, I think it was a 92 Corsica. And if you don't know what a Corsica is, you're doing great. Don't worry about it. But he drove this 92 Corsica, and the Corsica had a hole in the back on the floor. There was a hole. And one day I just went ahead and said something. I was like, "Hey, Dad, I know that you drive and I'm back here, so you up there a lot and I'm back here a lot. So you probably didn't know what was. I'm just letting you know what's going on back here because you always up there and I'm always back here. But there is a me-sized hole in the floor of the car. So just in case you ever pick me up and then you don't see me and you're like, I swear I just picked him up. Where is he? I probably went through the hole that's in the back of the car because it's a hole. I see the road and we are going fast. Like there's a lot. I thought we were going fast when I looked out the window. When you look through the hole, we're going light speed. Okay? So what are we gonna do about the me-sized hole in the back? And he was like, don't worry about it. And I was like, that's because we don't have resources. Okay. I had a babysitter one time that was making me some dinner, and I don't know. I'm assuming that the babysitter could only cook what we had in the pantry, and I don't know what the ingredients were, but then when I was served the dish. You ever had something where you're like, should this be on a plate or in a bowl? Because it has enough girth to stand on its own. But it's soupy enough to need some collection, to need some guidance as a dish on where to be, And so I asked my babysitter, I was like, what is this? And she was like, don't worry about it. And I was like, oh, okay. This is a broke meal. That's what's been cooked for me right now, is something that only happens when you have ingredients that cost 23 cents and you put them all together to make a full $2.25 meal. The only thing that you did to cook it was add heat, but you didn't cook. It's all hot. Broke ingredients together on a plate that should be a bowl. Because there's a lot of water running off the side. But don't worry about it, all right? Okay. I remember one time my shoulder was popping a lot. It was like just and like I was like kind of a gangly kid to begin with. So like I don't know what I did, but it was just popping all the time. And I was like, "Hey, Dad, my shoulder is can you hear it? It's popping a lot. It's like popcorn. It's like it's going a lot. Like, does this ever happen to you?" And he was like, "No." I was like, "Should we go to like a doctor or something? Because like I just want to know, is it bad? It doesn't hurt, but it is popping a lot. It's moving. It doesn't want to be my shoulder anymore. Like it's moving all up in there while being kind of still, but like it's not pop. It doesn't hurt, but it's a lot of movement." And my dad was like, "Don't worry about it." And to this day, my shoulder pops quite a bit. So when the government tells you don't worry about it, it makes you worry about that specific thing. There are some people that think it's aliens. They think that is aliens that are trying to make contact and bolder than ever letting us know that they're here, that they're visiting. And okay. I don't think it's aliens because I just don't know if aliens I'm really not being disparaging when I say this. I'm just being honest. If you cross dimensions, I don't know if Jersey would be the first stop. And that's... And I know people from Jersey, and they will tell you if I cross dimensions, I'm probably hitting up, Cairo. I mean, I'm hitting up someplace that's a bit more exotic, But mostly, I just hope it's not aliens. I hope that it's not aliens because we as humans, this isn't the time to visit us. Like this is, do you know what I mean? Like we're not putting our best foot forward as humanity to get visitors right now. Do you know what I mean? Like aliens coming to see us now would be the equivalent of me coming to see you at 4 a.m. It's like you're just not at your best. You like kind of have morning breath, but kind of not. Like it's bad. No, I don't think aliens would. If aliens are gonna come, they should have done it either 30 years ago or 100 years from now. I think that humanity is not. We're not good for visiting right now. Yeah, I mean, like mainly because we're the only species. Every other species of everything on the planet, every other species of animal is doing their best to evolve. They're trying to go in the direction that forwards the species that, do you know what I mean? That they will still be around, hopefully. In spite of us, by the way. They're doing everything that they can to still be. Frogs! Frogs have the sense. There will be a frog off by itself doing something weird that the other frogs are like, don't go over there. Don't that's not gonna help. That's not helpful at all. And the frog will be doing something like jumping upside down or whatever, like just bouncing upside down over and over again. And the other frogs are like, don't mess with that. Because they know it doesn't help. They don't look at that frog and go, he just asking questions. Yeah, I mean, like he a free thinker. That's what that is. That's why he jumping upside down. Why y'all all jumping right side up like some sheep frogs? Why don't you start bouncing upside down for no reason? See if that doesn't do something to your mind. No, they're like that's not gonna be helpful. And let's all just kind of get that out of the gene pool as best as possible. No, we're not serious at all. It's painful. Genuine. And I'm not just talking about like Americans, by the way. Like we're so self-referential sometimes that it's like any critique of humanity sometimes sounds like I'm just critiquing the. I'm talking about people, all of us, planet Earth, all of us. We're not doing the things that would take to make a better world for us. You know, everywhere you go, it's happening. I don't know if you was seen it. It was in Peru. In Peru, there was a drug bust. There was a drug bust where the national police raided this drug house, and who knows if it was like a crack house or a drug warehouse or a kingpin's lair or whatever, but it's where the drugs were. And the head cop, top cop that's leading the charge, leading the raid, led the raid dressed as the Grinch. That's unfair to everybody in this situation, all right? That's not right. Imagine you in there. You deal drugs, you cook drugs, whatever, but you putting the drugs in a little baggie. And then you hear a boom, boom. Somebody has knocked down your door. And you look up. And it's the Grinch. And you think to yourself, actually, you know what? Actually, I do have a sinus infection. No, I do have a sinus infection. I have a sinus infection, and I've been blowing my nose all day, and I've been like taking the Mucinex and everything, but like I have a sinus infection, and then, you know, my nose has been a little runny too, and then when it's runny, you don't want to gross out your coworkers and everything, and so you do a little, and I must have what we making, because that's the only way that it makes sense that the Grinch and the police are here together at the same time. I must have accidentally did what we doing in here to be seeing the Grinch and the police at the same time. Because he didn't just run up in there as the Grinch. This dude, he had the battering ram. And then he goes in. After they break that door, he goes in and then dropped the battering ram too. Unarmed, just came in character like the great. This man came in high knees, just. This man came in high kneeing like the Grinch. That's unfair to the police officers doing the raid, because imagine you about to raid this house, right? And you don't know what could be in there. If they got drugs in there, they might got money in there. And if they have money in there, then they probably got some weapons in there to protect that money, protect those drugs from other gang members or just from the police, right? So you are about to risk your life going in. You fit it up. You have the AR-15 and everything. You getting ready to go. But then ahead of you, your leader is going in dressed like the Grinch. And then he battered the door down and run in. You got to run after him and make sure not to accidentally shoot him while he over here high kneeing in front of everybody, moving all crazy. Because they did everything like you would normally see in a raid, like get on the ground, everything. But then the Grinch. Sometimes people try to get in character, and I don't think they understand the character, because I need to listen to it again, admittedly, but I swear he was making noises that the Grinch doesn't make. So then they were like, get on the ground, and then he was like, it's like, that's not in there though. That's not in the movie. That's not in the book. What is that? That's not, you're not even speaking Spanish or anything. Just it's like, in what work? Because you can tell, even as they getting arrested, they're like, but is he with y'all? Like, no, I'm getting on the ground. I'm asking though. Like, he's just moving all weird in here. Like, what is that? I'm getting on the ground. I'm just saying. You know, you see a country like Peru. I don't know the drug laws. I don't know the sentences that crimes like that carry, but I can tell you honestly right now that they subjected those people to cruel and unusual punishment because they caught them, right? And then I think the three main ones, they made them take their mug shot with the Grinch. And it's like, What other reason could there be other than to ruin a person's life? To completely diminish all street credibility than to make them take a mug shot with the grit. They over here, and I'm sure they didn't answer any questions, because if you can Google this, look at the picture later. You see them in the picture being like, like, why he over here? Like the police never take a picture with us. It's 3 of them lined up holding. And then the Grinch over here taking pose. Looking all proud. Because it seems very dangerous to like go in there, batter and ram, and run up in there as the Grinch, but maybe it's not. Maybe he knew that if you run up in there as the Grinch, people so confused that they don't fire right away. They literally like. You see the Grinch, right? No, we're not a serious people. Not at all. No. It's okay. I've been very excited to come back to Portland because I came here in February for some shows, and normally when you do comedy, you go places like once a year, because usually when you go somewhere, the place you went to is like, that's enough. We get it. We get what you do. Give us some time. But I was able to come back, so soon, and I love being here. I love doing shows here and everything. I love coming to Portland because y'all don't wait. You hit people with Portland as soon as they land. Like, it's like. I landed in Portland, and my Uber driver to the hotel told me everything. It's the whole backstory. It was a lot. Okay, so off top, right? So he basically was in a relationship, then married, and is now divorced from apparently the devil. And so then. So him and Satan, they still share a child, a cat, and a timeshare. And sharing all these 3 things with Lucifer has really made it difficult. It's made his life very hard. And I was listening to all of the woes of each thing, like the child, the cat, the timeshare, and I was like, oh, okay, well, if I'm being honest, you only really gotta love like 2 of those. You know what I mean? Like the timeshare. The whole point of a timeshare is that sometimes you're there and sometimes you're not. So like, just be there when the devil's not there, and then let the devil have it sometimes, because that was always what was gonna happen. The cat, look. I know you love the cat, and the cat loves you, and Satan's in the way. But I promise you, if you get a cat that look like that cat, it'll be like having that cat. I can almost guarantee. I'm not saying every cat is the same. I'm just saying that a lot of cats, when he described the cat to me, he was like, oh, she likes to cuddle sometimes and she sleeps most of the day. And I was like, that's cat. If you can get one that look just like her, you'll feel like she there. You don't even have to clone her. That is a cat up and down. That's everything you just described is everything I've ever known a cat to do. So, little standoffish sometimes, likes to sleep a lot, climbs a little bit. Yep, you have a cat, sir. No need to share custody on this one. Just get an extra cat, and then that way, if you have two cats, actually, you know what y'all need to do? Y'all need to reverse parent trap this thing. You get a cat that look exactly like that cat, and you put them in a room together, and then you just shake the door a little bit, and then when you open the door, you each just grab a cat, and I guarantee you, it'll be like having that cat, right? And then it's like a Schrodinger's cat, because you won't know if the cat is the cat or if the cat is your cat. And you can just enjoy life with your cat that's yours in your head or not. Who knows? No one cares. The cat won't care. I guarantee you the cat does not care. This whole custody battle over the cat, sometimes it's at your place, sometimes it's at hell with Satan. That whole thing is nothing to the cat. The cat is like, I'm a nap regardless, right? The child, yes, that is rough, to be fair. That is very rough. You share a child with someone that you can't stand, and if anything, I think that y'all should probably really figure out your differences, because you seem to have so much anger, and from the story that you're telling me, the devil also has a lot of burning fire, anger towards you, and I don't know. I mean, the opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. If you really didn't care, you would know that you've fully fallen out of love with this person, but because you still have so much passion involved, you should really check in on that, because that's something that you got to be careful, because what if in all that passion maybe y'all rekindle a little bit because you care so much, and then what if you accidentally just in a fit of passion y'all make another kid? That would be like the cat thing but worse, because the cat thing is a solution. Two kids with someone that you hate is a big problem. That's double the problem, right? And so then I guess he wasn't really trying to hear what I was saying, but I only said any of that stuff because I was like, if you tell me your whole life, I thought that you would want some notes on what was going on. I didn't think that you would tell me your whole life and then just be expecting me to. You might as well talk to yourself when you're in the car alone. If you don't expect me to respond to any of it, so then I just laid it all out for him the way that I saw it. Go ahead and let the devil share your timeshare and everything. Go ahead and get another cat. Make sure you figure out the problem so that you can raise this child in a healthy environment. And I don't know if I rubbed him the wrong way or something, but he was like, hey, we've been here. You can get out at any point. And to be fair, we had been at my destination for 15 minutes. I was just sort of in the car chopping it up with him because honestly, we got to my hotel during the timeshare portion. So the cat and the kid I was trying to get my thoughts out real quick, and he was like, yeah, but I do, this is my job, and I'm trying to leave, right? And I was like, all right, but I just thought that maybe it would be helpful. I thought it would help, to let you know. And hey, you a good person and everything. You clearly an open person. You told me everything, and you don't know me at all, and you don't know who I'll tell. And so the idea that you're so trusting is both a pro and a con of being in relationships, because it's you're trusting enough to pour out your heart to a total stranger, but also sometimes that trust can either be betrayed or misused, which is what it sounds like the devil did to you according to your story and everything. And he was like, I can get your suitcase for you if you need.